Welcome to Grown in Michigan with Julie Alexander. Technology, innovation, the role they play in farming. Join me today. Let's learn more about Michigan's role in feeding the world.
Could use a slide of that front porch swinging kind of life.
We start at Michigan State University's Agriculture Innovation Day to explore the cutting-edge technology designed to help our farmers improve their yields and continue their legacy of good environmental stewardship. For our family farmers, the land may not change, but the equipment sure has. This vintage harvester became a staple of our farm system, the combine. Why is it called that? The name derives from its combining three separate harvesting operations: reaping, threshing, and winnowing into a single process. But combines are just the start. The pioneering and integration of new technology like drone mapping and other means of gathering data, crop row by row, help farmers stay on the leading edge of ag innovation.
Yeah, technology in agriculture has really moved rapidly, particularly the last 10 to 15 years. It's interesting as a farmer what you see. When corn planters were upgraded 20 years ago, we could go down the road and tell every field that was planted by a particular brand of corn planter because they were so much better than everybody else's. We're monitoring yield on the go on everything we harvest, including our forages. We just bought a unit to put into our chopper so we can keep track of yields, mainly because we've gone to fertilizing, again, back to the fertilizer thing, to try to save money on fertilizer, to be better stewards with, like I said, the Lake Erie thing where we're living. We fertilize by removal. We know how much fertility is removed from the field by a bushel of corn. So by having our yield data off the combine, having our yield data off the chopper, we know exactly how many nutrients we removed off that field with the crop, so we know how much we have to put back on.
So what this machine is behind us is it's just a ATV that has a soil probe mounted on the side of it, and so what that thing does is just operates off hydraulic, and it drives into the soil, pulls a sample. It's very quick, and so they drive around the field and pull these samples, and then we would then create the maps and whatnot from there on what fertilizer to apply. Ideally, to get maximum production, you want a uniform shade of green across the whole field. That means that you've got the right amount of nutrients being supplied to that plant, and there's nothing that is like slowing it down from growing.
Not only do farmers use specialized equipment to monitor crop and soil health, but they can also use the smartphones we all carry around in our pockets to get the job done.
There's almost a different app for anything you'd want to do, from checking grain prices to what we're specifically looking at here today is identification of some sort of a pest. The app that we're promoting, I guess we're at least demonstrating it, is weed identification. It also has insect damage identification. So anyone who's been farming for any period of time, you probably have some little booklet that you purchase someplace, and you can go out to the field and you can look through and see what are the most common types of, in this case, weeds, and see, what is this thing? I haven't seen it before, or maybe it's been a long time since I've seen it. So the app that we're looking at has the ability to actually use the phone.
Ag innovation is on the rise, not just in Michigan, but around the world. It's one of the fastest growing investment sectors worldwide. MSU professor Bruno Bezos' research is focused on pioneering new ways to produce sustainable crop yields. He says it's only a matter of time before Michigan's farmers are implementing the technology that is in experimental form today.
If you put the right amount that the plants need, you got a better product, the farmer makes more profit. Everything else is wasted, including both their money that don't go to the plants and end up in the water. And just it's a win-win situation, but this is only obtained when you bring this level of integration in technologies.
From the tractors of yesterday to the digital innovations of today, our state's farming industry continues to adapt and change so we can keep growing our future right here in Michigan. Do you have a story to tell? If you or someone you know has an untold farming story here in Michigan, I want to hear about it. You can reach out to me at juliealexander@house.mi.gov.